Hey guys, happy Thursday. I don't know if you saw this or not, but This Will Hold put out a new article and it is very interesting and I think that it could potentially help Smart E and the ETA very much in their endeavors with the 2024 big test that a lot of us took. So I'm going to read this for you guys as much as I can, and there's going to be words that I'm going to use that aren't in the article because I have to use different words. But if you do want to check it out, it is on This Will Hold's their Substack. So please do check it out. I encourage you to do that. But I'm gonna read it for you in my own way on here. Ex-CIA whistleblower, the NSA audited the 2024 test. KH1. Math doesn't lie, people do. A buried NSA authorized audit paved the way for this unchosen, illegitimate admin. In December 2024, I was personally involved in an NSA authorized forensic audit of the 2024 big test. KH and TW won by a wide margin. DT lost dramatically. There are multiple layers of complexity to this cover-up, including transnational organized crime syndicates that extend far beyond the United States and our tests. To that point, I work in the human moving sector, which intersects with the stolen tests and has ties to DT and Jeffrey E. Not to President JB, VPKH, or Governor Tim W., but to the Blue and other allied interests responsible for burying the audit. Adam Zernowski, ex-CIA agent and author of Jormungandr, probably said that wrong, but I'm sorry. In an exclusive interview, former CIA operative Adam Zernowski laid out pieces of an intricate network of bad actors and covert operations behind transnational organized crime and the stolen 2024 test. Some of his disclosures confirmed long-held suspicions, others were shocking, exposing connections between organized crime, political operatives, and global power brokers. Adams' testimony paints one of the clearest and most disturbing pictures yet of how the cover-up was orchestrated and why it has remained buried. His free book, Jormungandr, expounds on this testimony, making these intricate networks impossible to ignore. He explained that none of his revelations are classified, he has full authorization to speak, and is prepared to testify under oath. Having personally assisted the NSA in collecting the data, he stressed that a full forensic hand count of the 2024 test, beginning with Rep. Victoria Spartz, must be this country's top priority. The completed NSA audit's results have been submitted, yet so far have been met with silence. That silence is not just political inertia, it's a cover for how the 2024 test was subverted, and at the center of it lies the machinery itself, ESS and the quiet installation of their own backdoor through ECO 1188. In September 2024, ESS quietly pushed a change into its certified test software, ECO 1188. ProVV rubber stamped it, the EAC signed off. On paper, it was filed as a de minimis update, a minor tweak that wouldn't require deep review. In reality, it moved a critical file from the static hash list to the dynamic hash list inside ESS test software. For anyone who doesn't speak vendor euphemism, here's what that means. Certified testing software normally has cryptographic hashes, a kind of digital fingerprint, for every file. If even a single character in a protected file changes, the hash doesn't match and the system throws an error. ECO 1188 told the software, don't check this file anymore. The file isn't trivial. It controls how testware generates and formats test totals for reports, the very outputs that are read on test night. By moving it to the dynamic list, ESS, ProVV, and the EAC created a window where reporting behavior could be altered without triggering any security warning. If that sounds reckless, it's because it is. And it's not as if we weren't warned. Princeton's Andrew Apple and Susan Greenhalgh have been sounding the alarm for years. That vendor-controlled hash systems are little more than security theater, especially when the vendor can exclude or reclassify files at will. To understand how we got to a place where a private vendor can slip in last-minute backdoor access right before a big test, we have to rewind, all the way back to the year 2000. So this is probably going to be like a 3-part video for you guys, so I'm going to end this part here, and then we are going to have part 2 come out and part 3. So I'm going to try to get them all out tonight, but please pay attention to this article. Please pay attention to This Will Hold. Please pay attention to Dissent and Bloom. Please pay attention to Smart. Please pay attention to the ETA, because they are out here getting all this information to us, and when you start adding it all together, it starts to make sense, and now it starts to make sense why all of this is happening and how this happened. So we need to be extra careful about what is going on with our tests going forward.